Hello, my name is Zaida Jimenez, and this is my project for Mexican American Studies. And my topic is about cultural reclamation. So, what is cultural reclamation? To me, cultural reclamation is a process of preserving, celebrating, keeping the ancestral languages and customs alive. It is also partly to reclaim taken land from indigenous people, but it's also reclaiming one's own identity physically and symbolically. So, according to the website Pew Research Center, the U.S. Census Bureau states that Mexicans are the largest population of Hispanic origin living in the United States. And as of 2021, Hispanics of Mexican origin make up 60% of the population. That is a substantial number. It has taken time and it's been a slow process, but Mexican Americans have begun reclaiming their culture since the early 1900s through music, art, and making their political presence. El Plan de Aztlán, drafted in 1969, really brings this concept to life. Its philosophy of using their nationalism to mobilize and organize the Chicanx community was believed to be the only way to have complete social, economic, and cultural independence. The plan was to educate Mexican Americans about true culture and counteract the layers of internal colonization first implemented by the Spanish and then by Euro-American society. So in the Chicano community, we have amazing people like Chich Marin who have given Chicano artists a platform to exhibit their art and to make their presence more relevant and known. He is one, if not one of the biggest Chicano art collectors that we have in present day. Manuel Hernandez, who is the founder of the Mexican American Liberation Art Front, says that Chicanos have developed a new vocabulary of words and symbols and attitudes to speak to the world about themselves and their Mexican heritage through their American experience. There is Eva Longoria, who has founded the Longoria Foundation to empower Latinas to build better futures for themselves and their families through education. We have music artists like Grupo Frontera, Los Tigres del Norte, which we learned in our studies, the Rage Against the Machine, who sing about the presence of Mexican American communities and how this land is theirs and it belongs to them more than anyone. So the Chicanx community is making their presence very known and reclaiming their culture and putting content out there about their culture for our Mexican American community. So not only are we learning about American history, but it's also important to learn about the Hispanic, Latino, Chicano history, because if not, then we just forget where and what we come from, and it's almost as if our history is just being a little biased, and we lose that connection with our own heritage. So growing up in the U.S., I always felt a little out of place. I was born in Mexico and I lived there up to the age of 5. I was always told to assimilate myself to the American culture, act like they do in America. No room for rascachismo, which is a Nahuatl term of its origin. It means in poor taste. That in our community, it means to make the most of what you have, to be resourceful. So there was no speaking Spanish in school. That was not okay. We should not bring unnecessary attention to ourselves. And when filling out a form, we were told always mark white as your race. And that never felt right to me till this day. Learning more about my heritage and where I come from, I now understand why. I am of Spanish, indigenous, and African descent, which makes me mestiza or a mestizo. And that's something that has resonated and connected with me. There may not be lynchings and mandated segregations nowadays, but there's still so much work to be done. Systematic racism is alive and well, and social injustices continue to happen in our communities in our southern borders. The efforts of cultural reclamation have to continue, and it is vital for future generations of Mexican American children to learn that their accomplishments are great because of their hard work, but they're also great because of who they are and where they come from. And it's important for them to learn to use their voice to create change and bring justice, and to let them know que esta tierra es de ellos. Thank you so much.